Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. These are some variants, possible questions might come in CIE 2020. As you know that the declaration of data structure and the complete program is written in a pseudocode, then how examiner is going to ask us about it, that is a real question now. And I have created for you people different variants of question number 1, A and B, and in some conditions B. So question number 1 was up there, question number 1 is again here, and question number 1 is again here with different scenarios, with different things are asking are going to inquire by the examiner. This is a possibility that they might ask about like this, in this as we have asked you about it in this possible question paper. Now this is a static message which is given by the examiner. So it is written over here: name 2 arrays you could use in task 1, state the data type and the purpose of choose one, each one. And we have, so the array 1 and array 2, as you remember that we don't have too much arrays on this pre-release material. So we have this one collection, and for the sake of this question that they are asking about 2 arrays, if they might ask about, so we can use the another one over here, that is the price. So the collection amount is the one which we are asking the person who is going to park the car to submit some amount, and the other one is this one, the price, which is we are going to show that they might have to pay that much amount. There was no constant in this program. I have added it. So our next maybe next series of the questions might be fulfilled with this constant. You have to write it constant like this one. Midnight price is one of the constant that I have declared, and I use equals to sign with 2.0, and there is no integer required right now. Once we have provided this 2.0, that it means real data is coming in this constant, and we are not going to change the value of this constant inside the body of the program. So now array 1, what you have to do is to write collection, and second array 2, you just have to write price. And with this bracket, you are going to provide it from 0 to 4,000. Yes, you can put it 400,000 and maybe lesser amount other than this amount, but this needs to be but we should understand it, that how many cars are going to park in one day. So we have taken it as a very high number, which is 4,000 cars in a day. So the complete sentence, this one, I might highlight it right now. This one might come in this area, and this one might come, this entire thing might come in this area, the first row. Now the data type, this is real, and both are real, definitely. This is my variable, so I have to provide the data type, and this is this is my array, so I have to provide the data type, and this is again my array, another one, so I have to provide the purpose. The purpose is already mentioned. I've already mentioned the purpose, that this is about the collection amount. Whatever we are collecting, we are going to save it and going to display it at the end of the day. This is the price where we have to save it for maybe any purpose, but examiner haven't asked us about it in the pre-release material that we have to save it. But if they might wanted to extend the program a little bit more, then we might use it. Okay, now the question number 2, which is question number 1, part B. Name variable that you have used in task 2. State the data type and the purpose of this variable. So in this question we have issue over here. Let me define these things initially. So in the task 2, where we are using task 2 is the question, and here we are providing it like this, that keeping the total of payment means we are saving the payment in our one of the variable, one of the array over here, and we are checking it with the price. So price is still not any array over here, so we can put it here as a variable. The data type is written at the top, and the purpose that we have to check it with the price, the mentioned price. Price is right now real. I have declared it for the sake of this thing, but as you can see that purpose is we are going to write the purpose over here. Reason for use of a variable is something very different from the purpose. Reason, where we have to provide the reason why we are using a variable over here, because it may vary according to different scenarios. Maybe some person is coming and he is going to park his car for 1 hour. The other one is going to come up with 2 hour, and if we are using it in weekdays, so we have a maximum limit of 8 hours, so they can park their cars for different timings. That's why we are taking it as a variable, because it may vary according to the different situations. Now the second question is about the second variant is about, and I have written some answers over here as well. All variable constants, this is a static message. Describe the data structure that you have used to store arrival time with its validation. In task 1, include name, data type and use of each data structure. So for arrival time, what we are using this area for arrival time. Yes, it is here. So validation of arrival time, and we are just using arrival time as a variable, simple variable. So what we have to do is to just write variable name is arrival time, and because this is a description, they ask us to describe the thing, so we are describing it as variable name is arrival time. It is an integer type variable, because we don't care about if somebody is coming at 8:30. We are going to consider it as 8. And the validation is we are using it with a repeat until, and providing it with a greater than 7, and n arrival time is less than 24. Minded, this end is very important. Don't change it with the or, because if we are going to use or, it means that many possibilities can come up. But if we are going to use and, it means that we are restricting the overall thing. Now let's jump back to this question. Variable you use in task 3. Give the data type of the variable, state what's for, and data type and use. So in a task 3, which is in between task 1 and task 2, we are using arrival time, leave time, so we can put, and the price as well, so we can put anyone over here with the data type and the use, and we all know what the uses are. Now explain how you calculate the module 11 check digit thing. So what we have to do is, again, we have explanation, so we have to write it in proper English, and how we are doing it, that is, we are using it as to taking input for 5 different numbers. This fifth one is again my check digit, and going to calculate all these numbers from first to 4 with the multiply effect of the place value and adding it. After addition, we are going to mod it with the 11, and modulus operator is going to provide remainder value if there is any, and if this remainder value is going to is equivalent to this frequent parking number 5, so our discount is going to open, and that is why we are using it as a true discount. We have mentioned as discount with the 2. So this explanation is going to come up over here. Now the next variant of the thing is variable name 1, and again in task 1, but 2 variables that could use state, data type, and the purpose. So it's a very open question. You don't have to worry about it. Any variable that you wanted to provide in task 1, you can write it over here. Describe how user can store data about a specific day. Now the specific day is we have 2 different areas where we are putting days. Now specific day is we have provided this overall output message that in small letters we have to mention it over here. So either is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. This can come up in only small characters. If somebody is going to provide it, we are going to mention it that this is not accepted, and they have to write it again. Whatever we are providing in this small letters, in these small letters, and we are going to store it in a variable which is right now day 1. Yes, we are going to filter it out downward somewhere here in weekdays. So whatever is in day 1, we are providing it in the day, and filtering it out. That code is already mentioned, that code is already described. So weekdays is going to come up in day after that. Now the third one is C, validation method. Describe how could you use the input to identify identify accurate time, state one valid and one invalid item of data for the testing. Validation method, okay, so identify accurate time. Accurate time of arrival is again over here, and arrival time we are checking it with the repeat until loop until the loop is completed, or the actual time which is greater than 7 and less than 24 is not going to provide by the user. Now the description is we can put this statement over here, but after this statement we have to describe it accordingly in our in simple English language. So with the repeat until loop we are providing we are restricting the data and accepting greater than 7 and less than 24. What the valid test data is anything in between 7 and 24, and invalid test data is anything against this entire range, maybe 1, 2, -1, 25 and so on. So these are few questions, and we are going to talk about some other questions later on. Thank you very much.